All right, everybody, let's get it for a Cyber Monday. How's it going? Big shout out to the chat. And for the day, we'll do a couple Cyber Monday giveaway kind of things. I'll give away, some software today. Also, let's just get to the business quickly. Everyone, all Harmonic traders, get on harmonictrader.com, register, go to the basic members page. Now, again, a couple of the winners contacted me recently where you need to submit your information if you want a book or a subscription. Get on the basic members page and connect through the Discord. Please send it to Miss Stephanie. Also, the other thing, again, this harmonic pattern cheat sheet is awesome. So if you haven't checked that out, again, that's on the basic members page. And that's got everything you want to see there. And then the software, folks, again, the Black Friday Cyber Monday special. If you haven't hooked up with the software, you know the deal, and get with it now. Resubscribe or purchase to attend our seminar on December 10th. So a lot going on here. What's going on, everybody in the chat? How's everybody doing? Hope you had a great weekend. We're back at it. One second, let me bring up this other chart. Thank you. What I want to talk about today are the big patterns that are poking through with the confirmation. Bullish or bearish, it really doesn't matter. And let's start with this Tesla situation. I've been kind of buzzing about this a little bit. What's the big deal here? Is the HSI check back, and we are at a pattern. We're retesting the pattern. 177 is a monster number. We actually almost hit that in the pre-market today, trying to put some support. So Tesla is a big one where maybe you take a shot on a call option. It's already been up the last couple of days. It's moving nicely as a day trading vehicle as well. But the larger development is trying to get out of this low after the second bullish candle that finished on, that was Thursday. So this is, it's tough to see, but you're there. We know we're there harmonic pattern wise. And it's so early in the development that every candle from this point forward should kind of do a marching stair step. And I would target the 190, 195 level, maybe make a run at 200 really soon. And then we'll see. Prior gap at 195. But Tesla's there. I mean, it's there. Like a couple of the big name stocks that we mentioned recently that are, despite all the noise, despite everything, here's Disney. Okay, and Disney's itself, big pattern. All right, checking, hasn't done the full check back, but looks like against this larger pattern, going to take time, but we're looking for this to establish some kind of major low down here. A type 2 going to take more time. Obviously, I'm not saying jump right now, but Tesla's a little different because it's done its 2-bar thing. Beyond that, these are the ones that you want to line up. Some of the other ones, interestingly, some of the chip stocks, I mentioned this last week, are in a position where they could be rolling over and do another quick retest, type 2 return. Let me go to AMD Classic. Sorry, AMAT. I keep getting those confused. There's AMAT. Beautiful pattern down at 71. Now, are we going to break down? This is what we talked about on Thursday, or Friday, excuse me. This could be the big event for today. S&P is down today, down almost 40. Nasdaq's not too bad, down 90. Dow's down 300. Are we rolling over? Is that what's going to happen here? Do we have the triggers and the major signs that say this could be the inflection point? I know a lot of people are looking at that downtrend. A lot to consider. The Qs and the SPYs are still reacting. Here are the Qs. And you know what? I want to increase this. Really need to kind of blow this up. I don't think the last session or two, the charts were kind of small. You guys let me know. Make that bigger. But here's the deal with the Qs. We did that reaction off the butterfly, and I think that's the only thing that really matters is we hit target 1 and we are rolling over. Let me remove that arrow and take a look at the last 2 days, 3 days. What's that? 288, 84, stiff resistance. We've essentially failed that, and now you need to watch out for this 3-5 day range under 280 because there's not going to be anything until you refill that gap. And at that point, you might be in a full type 2 return already on the Qs. Keep an eye on it. Keep an eye on that. That's a large development because that pattern's sitting there immediately. We've done 8 days in a row and we can't get through. I really thought this would, especially the NASDAQ futures, we would run higher, but it's stalling out. And that's a sign. You know, sometimes our targets can be higher, but then maybe we'll register some kind of short-term signal or it runs into an earlier price level and then stalls out before it does something, you know, premature. That's this deal. I mean, here's the SPY. Going back what are we? We're day 8 now, in a day 9 almost, in a real large range and just rolling over. I thought 407.87 to retest the bat pattern would still be a likely objective. And SPY's been moving great intraday, but the larger daily uptrend is, you know, taking its time in a grind. And then finally the diamonds, and we've talked about the diamonds. They've done that overrun of the target, and it's probably, of all the patterns that we've seen, diamonds are impressive. We're talking about this last week. Pretty much should have rolled over already if that was going to go into a return phase. So we're just looking for a 3-bar reversal, 3-day reversal, break of the trend line. These do seem to be kind of stalling out. And you get another, you know, you get a little bit lower of last week's range. You get under, say, 338 on the diamonds. That's 33,800 roughly, under 34,000. Then we could be digesting this whole move from October. It's a straight up move. That's one of the issues with it. It's just not. I would have preferred to seen this secondary reaction from October. Maybe do something more like this, you know, come down and then go. But how many times have we seen just a straight up reaction and then roll over? And we're going to want to catch that. Again, 3-bar reversal, pretty easy technique to understand in terms of price action. And you typically, when you break a 3-bar, clear 3-bar reversal of a 3-bar range, it starts something larger. So I'm looking at this bar, this candle from last week, the Tuesday, 22nd. That's your linchpin for this whole move. What's NQ's rolling over? Trying to go to lows of the session. Interesting. I'll go to that. I'm going to bring up that other platform, bring up the e-signal platform in a second. And then the big ones, remember, FANG, Microsoft, Google, Meta. So these are, especially something like Google and maybe Google L. It's probably the better one. It's so stupid they split those, but tax reasons, obviously. We have generated, and this is a big one, generated an HSI, a bearish HSI against a really clear bullish trend. We know what that means. We know what that means. Come back, retest your zone. I would say 92.72 is a logical spot, especially if we get under, break a 3-day range, under 94. There's nothing left but to go back and fully retest that zone, or hit the zone as a minimum 92, 92.70 or under, and then trigger HSI. So this is kind of reverted back into a consolidation, a retest. Not what you want to see. If hoping this is going to get a stronger positive development, but we respect these signs. Google setting that up, just one of a few. Here is Meta, of course. Another one. Now this is probably, without HSI, it would be a tough read. But this is, I think, one of the more telling price actions of since the late October rally, essentially the last several weeks. Massive, just sharp reversal up. Now look, HSI triggered, Harmonic Strength Index is overbought there and sets up the check back divergence. All of that around 112. We're only 109. And this is just about to break down your 3-bar range. Again, here we are back at last Tuesday, real pivotal at that low. For Facebook, that's under 108.30. You really, then you're going to come back and fill gaps on Meta. Be aware of that. Not to mention, if you go to the daily or weekly, remember this massive crab pattern that we have looked at. Well, beautiful crab, 116.13 was the hop. Now tell me about this. I think we all could say, there's the completion. Is there any confirmation? No. Tell me about the price action the last 30 weeks, 30 bars. Pretty devastating into the zone, like slicing through a knife you don't want to catch. And now hitting 116, where the hop level, which is supposed to be support, is short-term resistance. You're going to come back and have to do consolidation under the hop or trigger HSI, which still has not happened. So Meta, not in the best spot, and as we come into December, I got to think that this tax loss selling, people who are going to get out, they're going to jump out now. So no clear signal on that. And even with the daily, which is really telling, it's your mind is kind of thinking, well, this thing is down 70, 80%. Yet here we go again with another bearish signal. How can that be? Well, clearly you're breaking down there. This is Harmonic Strength Index, and you're under your 50 level, breaking down, rolling over. Our amplified reading, again, another one where we've popped. Real nice complex structure to the 50, rolled back over. Now we're rolling down for that retest. All of that points lower. So what I'm trying to say is stack those pieces of the argument together and ask yourself, are you a buyer? Are you a seller? And I would say, let's keep an eye on this for rolling over in quick fashion. I mean, this could be a flash to 95 or so, or 97 is a big number on a retest. So some things to think about. One of the things I'm looking at, check out like some 5-minute positions. Maybe we play this over the next week on 5-minute HSIs. Check out this 5-minute pattern that materialized on Friday. Couple of back-to-backs on the fives. And there you go. And remember, the daily was 116. Look at that. There's 116. That was the hop, the prior support becoming resistance. And then even if we didn't know that, we're just looking at patterns. Well, bearish pattern, bullish, gives you a reaction. Now back down. And oh, look, we've got a couple of 5-minute levels at 108.80. All right, keep an eye on that. I'm not necessarily hitting anything yet on Meta. Maybe we come back a type 2 off of these patterns, but clearly the range is there, and then you're really going to break free under even these levels, 108. I was saying under 109 off of the daily, weekly candles. But interesting that how that's lining up, how that's coming together. Especially as we face the end of the year. I do think, and it just burns my brain of thinking to myself, hey, Microsoft, Meta, Google, Amazon, they are 50% more or more off their all-time highs. And this does not make, just for that, does not make for a opportunity. But as we get out of this year, and we get into next year, that's going to become more in the rearview mirror. And I'm looking at that relative to some of these daily patterns. Here's Amazon with a whole lot of back-to-back patterns. We have this current, it's a type 2, really. It's a very ugly type 2. This is like Disney. There's actually several of these that did this kind of 1-2. And so now we're in the abyss under the hop, under 96. Our last HSI is a bearish signal. So still not a go yet, but I'm watching this at these lows over the next 2 weeks for sure. If you're really going to think about this as a potential structure that's some kind of massive low, I need to see another, I need to see some kind of oversold reading. One more. The fact that this dipped back down, this is kind of like what Meta is doing. This has done what Meta is about to do. It just did it on a daily chart. Got overextended, came back to the hop, did nothing, and gave you another bearish continuation signal. Sometimes that's easier to read. Just tell me what the last HSI arrow, is it up or down? That can help. That can, clarify what the heck this should be doing. Anyway, it's setting up, but it needs another trigger. It definitely needs something that can confirm it. And even on the weekly time frame, what's your last HSI for Amazon? Like that. And that was back in, what's that, August. Still haven't registered. And actually, look at that, 5 weeks sideways. Not quite there yet. I mean, it's a very tempting area. Looks like it's totally overdone, but this is where we got to wait for the additional triggers. Certainly. Before I jump to crypto, what was the other one? Oh, I know what I had to go to. I posted this on Twitter today, and look, this is starting to really pan out. Got to go to energy. Have to get in front of this situation now. Monthly. Bearish shark. It's hop level rejection exactly on the monthly level. 94.75 is the hop. 94.71 is the high. Here's what we're looking for. You see all of the initial reactive consequences of the pattern. The pattern completed there. Okay, first confirmation, and now you checked back, you're getting a bearish candle on the monthly. These are all early signs. Early signs. This is somebody sent me a email recently about the software, and they were trying it out, and they said, well, don't we want to watch for patterns that are coming to completion? And yes, the software will flash pending patterns, but in terms of time and maximizing where our focus should be, it's always going to be to the right of the completed pattern. Yes, you get those flash reactions, and they can be fantastic short-term moves. But the bigger moves, the clearer moves are coming several bars, whether weekly, monthly, 5-minute, doesn't matter. Same sequence. It sets up, it triggers, you check back. One bearish candle this month. What do we get? Another bearish candle next month. And that would then set off the whole energy correction, the stocks, all of that. We see that XLE is probably the clearest. Chevron, okay, looking super strong, but what we're really looking for is a failure to continue, a failure to get above these levels. You're kind of poking the top harmonic range, the weekly, monthly, real nice structures. And essentially what this is just a big 1618 cycle. Here we go again. It's another big extreme harmonic impulse wave. That's what we call a 1618. And that sets up for at least some kind of corrective move down. Can we, if we fail to get through all of this, that's going to be the end of a rather significant multi-year 1618 commodity cycle. Commodities tend to do this, especially when they exhibit the properties of they hit the 1618, they fail to continue, they stall out for 30 bars or more. That's what this is flashing. I know a lot of people are bullish on those energy stocks and maybe longer term. I just think it has to go through some kind of corrective, another corrective down, much like you did back here on these initial tests back in earlier this year. That's huge. And the other thing, I want to bring up nat gas before I get to crypto here, but here's nat gas. Slightly different situation. Okay, this is daily. Here we go, our daily. This is the thing I really want to watch. Here's another HSI, bearish HSI rated a type 1. So for all of you Boyle, UNG people, watch this literally today, tomorrow, because we're at target 1 and we're failing to go through. We should be, you usually, when you're going to get the bigger moves, you look exactly at target 1 and it should blow through. What happened? You hit it on, what was that? Wednesday. Couldn't continue. We give it, and now we have a bearish HSI. We get a bearish candle, bearish HSI. I'd be concerned that that's going to come back. The Boyle and UNGs, if the spot price rolls over, which I would look for that in the next day or two, then all of those moves in Boyle and UNG are just reactions, probably need to be scalped out and look for a larger signal. If UNG is going to come back like this, nat gas futures, that's what this is. And the number is 738. 738 on the futures. You hit that, rolling again. And you go pretty much, look, today, in the last 2-3 sessions, under 680 gets this back into a full return phase. So be aware of that. I mean, crude oil rolling over, those stocks hitting major patterns, nat gas at a type 1 shark completion. And yes, this is a 5-0, actually. This is a situation where the shark pattern turned into a 5-0 pattern, and that's at your 50 level with confirmation. So trying to be early in that move, but these are the early signs. That's like the one bar, the one price bar, 1 day, 2 day, 3 day price bar is all you need at the key levels to say, okay, reaction over. Let's look for that retest. That's where you are on that gas. Now, crypto space, folks, let's jump over there. And hey, let's do something. Let's give away a 30-day software to the first person that types in HPC. Make it simple. You guys buy your keyboards, keeping you on your toes. HPC, you win a 30-day. Give you 30-day gold membership because that includes the software. All right, Santiago. Hey, didn't you win on Friday? I thought you won. Yeah, let's do the gold membership because then you get the software and you get the videos, the picks, the market update, the reports. We'll give a couple more away. Santiago won. And HPC will be our letters for the day. So we'll give away probably one more. Cyber Monday, right? Cyber Monday, Small Business Saturday, Black Friday, Turkey Thanksgiving Thursday. Let's go. All right, crypto folks. Talk about days of our lives, soap opera. I've never seen such. This is like days of our nerds. Like this is the biggest nerd soap opera I've ever seen in my life. You got that BitBoy guy chasing the Sam Bankman-Fried around the Bahamas. It's getting really comical, and let that be a sign. Let that be a sign for where we are. Please, I want everyone to soak up these stories of this bear market because you will learn from these stories. These stories repeat. They get almost comical, although the fraud is not. But these are going to be the stories that you'll remember that will mark this whole bear market. You'll go back and be like, yeah, remember the time when that guy who stole 30 billion didn't get arrested for months, and he gave 70 million or whatever it was in political donations. I mean, it's going to seem absurd, and the absurdity is going to get to a peak point just from a larger perspective. Okay, so I know there's a lot going on, a lot of craziness, but really, it's absolutely just a sign. We've seen it before. The names change, the companies change, the parties involved change, but the basic drama doesn't. I mean, Bernie Madoff, when that thing broke, that seemed like the most absurd Ponzi scheme ever. So just soak it up, learn from it. Absolutely recognize where we are in the cycle. We're getting to the absurd phase. So here's Bitcoin, and Bitcoin trying to fail now. What it has done is a 3-bar breakdown today. Now, got a long way to go till the close, but 1, 2, 3. Here you go. 3-day, 1, 2, 3-day breakdown and continuation. Is this the start of it? Is this the start of it? Is this kind of similar to the last bar on the Sunday, the 20th? 1, 2, 3, really tight. And it doesn't look like much, but we should get at least 1 or 2 more candles down. I suspect, they keep probing these lows at 15,005. It doesn't matter. We're just looking for the flush. And with the absurdity that's going on and the flush, that would be the perfect recipe. So for all of that, for everything that, the crypto people, the Bitcoin maximalists who are, looking to just stack sats. I mean, I just can't even believe they keep on saying that. It has to come with a clear signal. We know where that is. That's 11.8, folks. Definitely. I just let it. This is just a grind. This is just a grind. And I think it'll come before the end of the year. I mean, tax loss selling should get this thing once you crack those lows. So 11.8, that is our number. Doesn't change. Meanwhile, I should have started with the top 5, but Ethereum, which is still number 1, well, take a look at this. Okay. It was a type 2 off of, where's our Gartley? Come on, where's the Gartley? Hold on, bear with me. I got to get the right chart up. Pretty sure it's Coinbase feed. It doesn't matter, though. What we're looking at is just simply the check back, 1, 2. We had 2 days. Okay, 1, 2 days after the check back of bullish development. This should not be rolling over now. And this is kind of like Tesla, where Tesla is now, but it needs the follow through. And I would be looking for that until you break out above 1230. And it does. I don't think it's going to do it. This lackluster response, and we're literally in this window right now, 5, 7, 10 bar maximum window where this should be going higher. It should not roll over, and it's tough to see, but it's trying to do another 3 bar breakdown. There's the 3-day range like that. Under 1170 was going to give you trouble. The fact that we're even just going sideways, not doing anything. Again, there's really not a heck of a lot at these levels at the moment where I'm saying, yeah, this is it. This is everything. I like the rest of them at this point with these major patterns. And I'm surprised to hear it, that some crypto people are saying, yeah, hang in there for the bull market. The bull market will be there next year. And so now maybe we'll wait for Ethereum 400. Well, we have a hop level off the massive crab pattern at 323. The other number for Ethereum, again, is 780. That's the all-time. That's their all-time 886. Both those numbers are lower. And I don't, beautiful pattern that has done nothing all summer. And when we see that, or we see HSI, again, perfect example of those candles fighting the pattern. When you see those candles pop up against you, it just says this is only a short reaction. And our last bullish HSI, it checked back 12. Actually, was it 1170 for Ethereum? Let's take a look here. Boy, oh boy. At the low, 1083. Yep. 1083, and he did get the check back right there. But this also helps to tell you your absolute make or break, and where you're going to see this thing really fail is under that 1080 level. Beyond that, if you're a believer in Ethereum and you're looking to accumulate, stack sats in Bitcoin, these levels are going to come a lot lower. So, I'm just surprised. I'm just, even in the face of all of this, I understand why people would try to be contrarian, but some washout phases still have to happen. We have to get to, absolute ludicrous ridiculousness, which is coming. I mean, it's actually good to see this kind of craziness. Now we need the flush, like a big flush, like kiss of death kind of move. And I've said this before, it's usually like a 40 to 50% drawdown in a real short period of time. It is the final phase. Don't know. That's a good question. What happens? Why keep mining at this point, or what happens? What happens after all mine BTC gets? Why keep mining? All of those details I leave to the crypto nerds. The crypto nerds are, you know, they have whatever the perceived value is. I'm concerned with price. And if you're a believer in crypto, wouldn't the most incredible opportunity come at 323 on the hop? Or if I was going to even go all time and say this cycle's just like all the other 886 cycles for Ethereum, that I would want to see this kind of a thing, finish the bell-shaped distribution curve. It's like that. And your 886 minimum, again, on that, off of that is about 650, 620. And for our proprietary metrics, thank goodness for HSI, because, I would still want to see a check back retest. That's about 1,000. And then 2 more months of bullish candles before I would expect anything else to happen. It's, again, you go back to prior phases, you're still like here in your 2018 bear market, and you don't bottom for 6 months. Hey, I don't mind being a Harmonic nerd. I hear you, an HPC nerd. I just think, ultimately we're traders. Traders don't undermine the integrity of the market they manage. I mean, sure, you can try to manipulate and do whatever, but legally, just ask Jim Cramer. But I think, outright fraud and all of the commingling stuff is just, it's about as bad as bad can be. Couple of the other examples that I want to highlight. Let's finish the list. Binance Coin. I think this is an opportunity to. I don't see why this thing's any different. There's no safety here. I don't trust that other guy. I don't trust this CZ guy. And let's take this bat pattern, because guess what we just did? We just hit 297 in a court on BNB. That one of the things that's been tough with the patterns and crypto is you got these overshoots. But now that we know these guys have been front running and manipulating these, ganging up in old school manipulation tactics, that explains the overspills. You can't get away from the natural harmonic though. And the natural harmonic is 297 and a quarter on BNB. And now we have a daily HSI bearish candle, bearish signal, where if BNB is going to fall apart, and this was, the other way to think about it is this craziness, this thing was a big manipulated exhaustive move that would take an insane amount of energy and capital to get back up there. I'm more focused on this as a continuation back down. I mean, you're 296 now. For you kids that love to short on Binance futures, go back to 278 minimum now off of this, if not lower, if not 228, because we still need to hit that. It's a tough read, but in terms of patterns, because of this noise, but that's what you're looking at. What was that? Was number 2? We already had Bitcoin. Number 3, Ethereum, Binance Coin, Bitcoin. Oh, Doge. How about Doge? Doge for the speculation. Just get a little idea of how speculative this market still is. Not bad. What is it from a harmonic sense? It's a type 2 off the ABCD with confirmation. Delayed type 1 move, but hey, there you go, being ideally harmonic. ABCD at 7.13 cents. Target one, 12.4. Come back down, 7.13. I mean, exactly, with confirmation. So why not 15.9? That would be our target too. Yeah, I mean, this is, it really is hard to imagine when you're down here, but since this successful retest, HSI, those arrows came in. Yeah, I would say 15.9, 15 from 9.6. Don't be surprised. Speculative move, though. Speculation. Because the rest of them don't look great. I mean, the rest of them, so the final one on our list was Cosmos. And we were saying 11 or 8, and we're still there about 8. This has got a big fat Gartley. Oh, sorry, it's a bat pattern. Still no HSI yet. So we're still, won't even worry about that. Could go as low as 738 off the hop. But I'll tell you, one or two that are realizing it's just a delayed effect. Type 1, Type 2. Chili's. Looks like all that World Cup nonsense was the driver of this rally. Makes sense. A nice excuse to run these tokens. But we've been saying that's a Type 1 reaction ended back here. Well, there's HSI. Ended officially really there. This is all noise. I think that's World Cup manipulation noise, quite frankly. Not bad that you got it up to well above target 2, but now you're off. You're already almost 50% off the high. And your XA level's back down there at 11. You get down there. That's what, the 1-2 framework coming into play is so critical. Because we talked about this, and I said, hey, you got to let that go up here. It'll come back down eventually, and that's what it's doing. And then there's just you've got the ugly ducklings like, I don't even know why this thing still exists. Cardano. It's another one that people love. Hey, Cardano forever. This is going to be the future. Well, what's the price action? Again, it's just as confounding that people are big supporters of a chart that looks like this. If I was in the market and I said, hey guys, I'm a big supporter of this company or this stock, and have been saying that for a long, more than a couple of months, yeah, there's a real problem there. A real problem in how you look at the markets. So Cardano, for all the hype, no thank you. Stay away. Not until something dramatic happens. And I do think that's if your real opportunity are these that went to a couple dollars or whatever are going to go to 10 cents. And then in 2 years after it went to 10 cents and it rallies back to 50 cents, they'll say, see, I told you, you had to wait for the bear market low. Not yet. No way. And jump to the total crypto market cap. That's another duck waiting for the flush. Nothing on total crypto. And there you go. Monthly. Even if we were going off a monthly HSI, listen, last month we had a check back. What do we do this month? It's a beautiful signal. But we check back, we retest it. It's a beautiful harmonic, early but harmonic oversold level, but we still need that check back divergence to set up where you retest the support area, and then you give me 2 candles, 2 green candles in here. Well, you're not going to get it this month. unless something magically happens. And what we typically see is, it'll trail down and then give you two small candles. It's kind of like here. It's kind of like back in 18. This is your precedent, really. And there's not enough data on the monthly. I will say this, like, I wish I had a dozen or more of these signals to analyze, but you can see them on the daily, the weekly. It's the same deal. Like, there's your signal. You check back. Then what do you do? Nothing. And you don't even get, look, 1, 2 bullish months. That's what we're looking for on crypto, folks. If you're looking for that bottom, you're looking for the market to give you the signal itself, it's going to do it in that fashion. So you're still, you keep your eye on it. I don't think you're there that until we can get this out of the way. The other two indices, the total DeFi and total 3, okay, the monthly. This shows us how early we are. And look, we triggered last month. We checking back this month, 345 billion. You don't even think about it talk to me after January. And that's just assuming this month remains bearish. So that's just to help people understand where you really are in this bear cycle. You're a couple months away from even giving massive triggers. And here's the weekly bat pattern. Beautiful structure, not doing anything, failing. And it probably is more about the monthly chart anyway. But that's a beautiful bat pattern that I say probably going to have to come down and hit the hop. It was a great opportunity and a great shot in June. And as we discussed, June and July and August, it started to develop and then rolled over and gave you a bearish signal. So I think a lot of people are frustrated by it, and they're, anybody that's saying, hey, they're trying to be contrarian in crypto, I actually kind of appreciate the thought, but the signals are not there. They are not there. Couple more. All right, let's do HPC for the first person. You get a free gold membership, and the gold membership. Let me just really show everybody. Listen, we did our 3 ideas. We have those videos, and you get software with it too. So, but the thing to do for everyone is get with the software so you can attend the seminar. Okay, Fusion, you win. Fusion, you need to go contact Miss Stephanie on the Discord. We'll do some more on Thursday, folks. We'll be back. Like I said, we're here Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, 12 Eastern. Thursday's our giveaway day. We give away books. We give away gold memberships. And the gold memberships do include the software, but not the book. If you're a paying member as a gold member, you get a book too. But the reason why as I said on Friday, I'm having to start to give away gold memberships, especially people are international. The books have not been getting delivered. They're just not reaching people in Asia, Australia, even Europe to some extent. They're not getting there anymore too. So this is a better offering, and everything that you want to read is available as a free PDF on the basic members page here. So again, you guys, the books, get the books, go through the books, learn the levels, learn the framework. Again, the framework, the type 1, type 2 reaction stuff, that's in your volume 3, and just click that, go through there. The last third of that book is all about the framework and confirmation. It's amazing. What's really amazing about the methodology and what we've where we've shifted our focus is over the years, it used to be so focused on identification of patterns. But then once we cracked that, especially with the software, we realized, wait a minute, these patterns are really forming after the fact, 3, 5 bars with confirmation. And that's helped a lot of people cut down on the time. You're just so focused on looking for pattern development for a response off of the levels. We're responding off the trigger at those levels. For crypto, it is what it is, but clearly the triggers, getting a bearish trigger across the board on the weekly time frame since August has capped any progress. So let's just stay with that. I know there are a lot of people that short crypto, and you probably should. You probably should keep. I'm not doing that. I'm not playing crypto futures. I'm really busy with regular stock futures and options, stock options. Okay, but there's a lot of opportunities like I've been presenting with Binance Coin, Ethereum, Bitcoin. Remember, we talked about Bitcoin even on the 5-minute chart, printing patterns left and right. Here, go to the 5-minute really quick. Showed this last week. Massive shark pattern up 16.5. Where's a couple of them? Oh yeah, these are the few we showed last week. 5-minute chart. I think if you want to trade it, and I just wanted to bring this up, is a great time frame for the segments. Not looking for absolute home run trades, looking for things like this. Go to terminal bar to target 1, target 2 zone. But that's it. Beyond that, you don't want to mess with it. Here's actually this shark pattern, I think, is a great example where, even if you put in a limit order here, you go from terminal bar down to target 2, which is happening a lot with crypto because of those over manipulated moves, I suppose. But even if you did that and it had a move like that, still doesn't matter. These segments are what you're trying to capitalize on for those 5-minute time frames. A couple people sent me some questions on that, like what should they really be focused on with what time frame, and I'm going to say 5-minute. So keep your eye on that. That also goes for SPY, QQQ options, futures. That 5-minute time frame has been really nice. Just to show, even today, here's where's SPY. Check out HSI on 5-minute time frame. Yeah, beautiful. We're retesting right now. SPY is retesting that shark from last week. But again, if you're following your 5-minute time frame and you come into the market, you just ask yourself, what's the last 5-minute HSI? Bearish, 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 bullish, and think of it as in reactions. I should probably talk about more of that on tomorrow. Yeah, let's pick up there tomorrow. All right. Thanks, everybody. Again, great session today. Thursday, give away some more books, gold memberships. Get with the Cyber Monday, Black Friday deal. Just go to harmonictrader.com. Now is the time to get with that, either the subscription or the software or both. And if you have any questions, get on the Discord. Beyond that, come on back tomorrow, folks, 12 noon. Thanks again, everybody in the chat. We'll see you then. Have a great one.